Hello friends, we are continuing our discussion of exam 10 for repeaters. Look at question number 72. Among the following ethers, which one will produce methyl alcohol on treatment with hot concentrated HI? So it is see reaction with the alcohol with ether with HI. If ether is treated with HI, if it is normal, like if it is primary alcohol, then I negative attacks on this carbon atom because of partial positive charge. Before that, H positive attacks on this oxygen, and it creates a positive charge over this oxygen. So obviously partial positive charge magnitude is much more. So I negative attacks on this carbon atom and this breaking take place. So we get Ri plus ROH. So this is SN2 mechanism. Alright. Now the problem is, if we have a tertiary alkyl group, like this, O, and this is R, and R, alright, and then we have only one R dash, okay. See, initial attack, this is H and this is positive charge. So now since it is a tertiary alkyl group, this bond breaking take place, and initially we get this kind of carbocation. This is SN1 mechanism if one of the alkyl group is tertiary. So in that case, what we get is ROH, means I negative part will go to tertiary alkyl group. Alright, so here let us look at the question. We have this CH3, this thing. Alright, so this is a tertiary alkyl group, so this is SN1 mechanism. So initially we get a carbocation on which I negative attacks to give this iodo compound. So methanol we get in case of if one of the alkyl group is tertiary, then we get methanol. So this was the question. The question was in which case we get methyl alcohol. Now what is the problem here? It is mostly it is either primary alcohol. See, primary alcohol. So in these cases we get methyl iodide because of SN2 mechanism. Alright, I negative attacks first on this carbon atom, partial positive charge, and then further reaction take place. Whereas in this case, what will happen? Initially a carbocation is produced. Why this is happening? Because this is a tertiary alkyl group. In this case also, the major product will be CH3I, not CH3OH. 73. How many stereoisomers are possible of tartaric acid? So tartaric acid is the structure. We get if one form is dextro, the other one is levo, and one is mesoform. Alright, 3 forms are possible. 73 correct answer is second option. Alright, then comes 74. Question number 74. Question number 74, we are given two structures. These two are from the structure itself we can say they are enantiomers, or if you want to confirm it you can check it like this. Alright, this is SR, whereas in this structure it is RS, so they are enantiomers to each other. 74 correct answer is first option. Now look at 75. Fischer projection of D-glyceraldehyde, which is D-glyceraldehyde. So the correct answer is third option. Correct answer is third option. See, to decide D and L, the main criteria is the highest oxidized carbon must be at top and lowest oxidized carbon must be at bottom. So if you rearrange this thing, like this kind of exchange, this is called single exchange. If you single exchange CH2H here and H goes here like this, alright. So and now if you look at the structure, highest oxidized carbon is at top and lowest oxidized carbon is at bottom, and OH is on left hand side, and if OH is on left hand side it must be L, capital L form. But since we made this correction, since we made this single exchange, whatever orientation we get, if we are getting L, it must be converted to D, like that. So this is the way it is to be checked. Like in this case, if you want to check this case, CHO, what you have to do, you have to exchange first CHO and CH2H, alright, and then again CH2H here, or you can do it in one single exchange. CH2H comes down, alright, CH2OH comes down, H here, and then CHO comes here, alright, and OH goes here, alright, this conversion. And now again what you have to do, you have to take the CHO here and H here. So what will happen, see what you will get, CHO and now H, OH and CH2OH, alright, you get this arrangement. Now but the thing is, see, initial when you converted the CH2H here and H here, it is compensated back by doing this thing. So orientation will not be changed. But if single orientation, if we are this is called single exchange. If you are doing single exchange, then now what is the what should be the nomenclature or nomenclature of this one, capital D. Why? Because OH is on right hand side. This is glyceraldehyde, CHO highest oxidized carbon, CH2H lowest oxidized carbon. OH is on right hand side, so it should be D. But since we made this single exchange, if you are getting D, just change it to L. That is it. Alright. So like this you can check it. So correct answer is third option. 76. Which is incorrect for an emulsion. Correct answer is third option. Emulsion can be diluted with incorrect with any amount. 76. Incorrect. Emulsion can be liquefied with any amount of dispersed liquid. No, dispersion media. It can be diluted with any amount with dispersion media, not dispersed liquid. Okay. Rest are correct. It is liquid colloidal system. This is also correct. Rest everything is correct. 77. Look at question number 77. Look at question number 77. Which of the following is incorrect? It says 77. Correct answer is first option. Missile formation takes place below critical CMC. It is wrong. Above CMC. It should be above CMC. Rest statements are correct. No problem. For soap, this value you must remember 10 to the power minus 4 to 10 to the power minus 3. This you must remember. This is Kraft temperature. Rest everything is correct. All right. And CMC decreases as the number of carbon atom increases in hydrophobic part. That is also correct. Means we need lesser concentration to create colloid. All right. If we have more number of carbon atom at hydrophobic part. So here the correct answer is first option. Thus that is incorrect. All right. 78. Which is not method for preparation of colloidal solution. The correct answer is third option. Dialysis or electrodialysis, ultrafiltration, etc. They are purification process. Question number 79. Total number of atoms present in FCC, face-centered cubic of unit cell metal. So for FCC 79, we have 3 plus 1, 4 atoms. Alright. And this is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, volume of a sphere multiplied by total number of spheres. So you get 16 by 3. Correct answer is fourth option. 79. 80. Atoms of radius r from HCP. Now it is HCP. You should be careful. The volume. So for HCP unit cell, the volume is base into the height, and base area is given by 6 into root 3 by 4. 2 are the square. So it is 6 into This is cancelled. 2 into the square 4. 4 cancelled. All right. We are left with 6 into root 3 r square. And volume of hexagonal unit cell, it is 6 into root 3 r square into 4r root 2 by 3. So if you solve this much portion, you get 24. That is 6 into 4, 24 r cube. All right. And we are left with this thing, root 2. So correct answer is first option, question number 80. Look at question number 81. The empty space in HCP. So you must remember the in HCP as well as in CCP, 74% space is occupied, unoccupied is this much, both option. Question number 82, ethylene glycol antifreeze. All right, that how much should be added to 4 kg to prevent freezing at minus 6 degrees Celsius. So delta TF is 6. This is small w. 4 kg of water, no, it is capital W, and this is Kf is given 1.86. so molar mass is given, everything is mentioned, so there is no problem. 82, delta Tf equal to Kf, everything you have to put in this formula, and we are getting 800 grams. Now look at question number 83. Lanthanoids, which is incorrect for lanthanoids. 83, correct answer is third option. Ln3 positive compounds are generally colorless, it says. Ln3 positive, no, they are generally colored due to FF transition, or it is due to Laporte-Forbidden transition. Alright, FF transition is also called Laporte-Forbidden transition. Rest statements are correct. Basicity of hydroxides, they are metal hydroxides, so they are mostly basic. All right. Ionic size of lanthanoid decreases. Yes, when we move from left to right, it decreases. So rest everything is correct. 84. Considering we have 0.5 molar glucose and magnesium phosphate, KBr, and Na3PO for all different concentrations are given. We had to compare their osmotic pressures. So see, 84.5 glucose, so it is actually pi is equal to not MRT, IMRT. I is one-Toff's factor. So for glucose, I is 1, so there is no problem. 0.5 RT. For magnesium phosphate, I is equal to 2 plus 3, 5. So multiplied by 5, again we get 0.5 RT. KBr, I is equal to 2. We will assume I is equal to eta because percentage dissociations are not mentioned. So we will assume 100% dissociation. So in every case we are getting 0.5 RT. That means their osmotic pressure remains same. Alright, correct answer is first option, 84. They all have same osmotic pressure. 85, relative lowering of vapor pressure is given. Calculate molality. So there is a relation between molality and relative lowering. That is P0A minus PA upon P0A into molar mass of solvent into 1000. Alright, that is equal to molality. So just solve it, you get 1 molal. Second option. 86. Phthalic anhydride reacts with resorcinol in the presence of concentrated H2SO4. I doubt this kind of question. Phthalic anhydride with phenol is alright, phenolphthalein formation. With resorcinol, all these are actually means indicators. So question number 86, correct answer is fourth option. So if you can remember, it is alright, otherwise leave it. Question number 87. Phenol with the propanoic anhydride. Phenol with propanoic anhydride. Alright, so this is the reaction. Phenol with propanoic anhydride. This is again alkyl, means acylation, you can say, RCO group introduction. Alright, means we get this compound and this compound. That is phenyl propanoate. Correct answer is 87, third option. this one. 88 enantiomers can be separated, and this is very important. In this question I think the answer given is wrong. They have given a salt formation. It should be fractional crystallization. Change it, believe me, and I have checked it. All right, correct answer is third option for to separate enantiomers. 89, these two, see the IUPAC name. If you check the IUPAC name, this is 1 2 3. It is 2 amino 1 bromopropane. It is 1 amino 2 bromopropane. So they are structural isomers. 90, which of the following cation will have same color in the aqueous solution vanadium as vanadium 3 positive? So it is, again, if you can remember, it's all right. It is green. V3 positive is green, and Ni2 positive is also green. Mn2 positive is pink, Cr3 positive violet, copper 2 positive blue, etc. Okay, thank you.